Play this tonight while you sleep and enter the library that exists only in dreams, the place that reveals the memories your waking mind has never dared to open. In this hidden archive of the subconscious, every shelf hums with the quiet pulse of lifetimes you once lived and lifetimes that are still waiting for you. You are not here by accident. You were guided to this doorway, chosen by a memory that has been calling your name across time. Tonight, as your body rests and your breath softens, the library will recognize your frequency. It will unlock the aisle that belongs to you and you alone. Listen as you drift into sleep and allow the forgotten pages of your soul to turn themselves. What you are about to hear is not a story. It is a retrieval, a returning, a remembering of who you have been, who you are becoming, and who you were always meant to be. There is a moment just before sleep fully gathers you, when the veil thins, a moment when the mind loosens its grip on the ordinary world and the deeper currents of your being begin to rise. If you are hearing this now, it means you have reached that threshold. It means something ancient within you has stirred, something that remembers a path you once walked in dreams. Tonight, you are not simply listening. You are arriving. You are stepping toward a place that many sense, but only a few ever enter. The library that reveals itself only when the subconscious is awake. The library that hides behind the walls of sleep, waiting for those who are ready to remember what they were never taught, yet somehow always knew. You may feel your breath slowing. Let it. You may notice your thoughts softening at their edges. Allow them. For in this gentle unraveling, the doorway begins to form. You were not guided here by coincidence. You were called, chosen by a memory that has been waiting patiently, like a book sealed in dust and light, sensing the exact moment when your inner frequency would match its own. Tonight, you answer that call simply by resting, simply by listening, simply by letting yourself drift deeper into the quiet where the truth hides. As your eyelids grow heavier, imagine the outer world dissolving like mist. With every exhale, you step further away from your day, your name, your roles, your unfinished thoughts. With every inhale, you step closer to the part of you that knows the hidden corridors of your inner universe. The library does not appear to the curious. It appears to the ready. And readiness has nothing to do with effort. It is a resonance, a soft alignment, a remembering. You are not broken. You are not late. You are not lost. You are chosen. Feel the weight of your body sinking into stillness. Feel the gentle pull of sleep wrapping around your awareness. The door ahead begins to glow, carved not of wood or stone, but of memory. When you cross it, you enter a place older than time, yet entirely personal to you. A place where your forgotten lives breathe. A place where the stories you never lived still wait for your hands. A place where each step you take is matched by an echo from another lifetime. This is not imagination. This is the subconscious opening its archives. This is the beginning of your return. Let yourself drift. Let yourself soften. For the library appears only when the conscious mind surrenders its need to understand. You do not need to control anything. You do not need to expect anything. You only need to rest. And as you rest, the aisles begin to stretch before you. Endless, silent, illuminated by a light that feels like recognition. In this place, you are not a visitor. You are the one the books have been waiting for. They whisper your name. They tilt toward you. They remember you. Tonight, as you fall asleep, you walk deeper into the heart of a truth your waking mind has always brushed against, but never touched. The library knows the rhythm of your soul. It knows your past, your future, and the unwritten chapters of your becoming. You are safe here. You are guided. And as the final threads of waking loosen, the first shelf of your memory begins to open. There is a truth most people never touch, a truth that hides beneath the drifting landscapes of sleep. The waking mind believes dreams are random, fragile fragments that dissolve at dawn. But the subconscious knows better. It knows dreams are not illusions. They are doorways. They are maps. They are invitations into the deeper archive of who you are. And within that vast inner landscape, There is one place more sacred than all the rest, a place where memories take the form of books, where feelings solidify into shelves, where lifetimes organize themselves into aisles of light. The library that exists only in dreams. The library that opens only when the conscious mind is quiet enough to let the truth come forward. To understand this library, you must first understand what the subconscious truly is. Most imagine it as a dark basement where forgotten thoughts and buried fears hide, but that is only the smallest fragment of its nature. The subconscious is not an emotional attic. It is the master archive of your existence. It holds everything you have ever experienced, everything you have ever felt, every thought you have ever entertained, every truth you have ever brushed against in the quiet moments when the world fell away and something larger was listening through you. Even more, it holds the memories that do not belong to this lifetime. It holds the faint echoes of choices you made before you were born, lessons you carried across lifetimes, fragments of stories your soul insists on remembering because they shape who you are becoming, and because the subconscious organizes reality in symbols rather than sentences. It builds its archive in forms that speak directly to your deeper self. That is why the library appears as it does. It is not an invention of imagination. It is a translation, a metaphor woven out of your inner language, a bridge between the intangible and the perceivable. When the subconscious reveals itself, it does not speak in words. It speaks in places. It speaks in sensations. It speaks in symbols so ancient that your waking mind has forgotten their vocabulary, but your deeper self recognizes them instantly. The library is one such symbol, a structure that contains everything and hides nothing, yet reveals only what you are ready to see. Imagine standing before shelves that stretch beyond the horizon, each one humming with energy, each book pulsing faintly as if alive. These are not books made of paper. They are containers of memory, containers of meaning, containers of lifetimes. When you touch one, you do not read it. You remember it. You re-enter the experience it holds. You reclaim a part of yourself that has been waiting for you to return. The subconscious does not forget. It simply waits. It waits for your readiness. It waits for the outer noise to soften. It waits for your breath to slow. It waits for the moment when the door between the worlds grows thin enough for the truth to pass through. Dreams are the threshold. The library is the destination. And tonight, as you listen, the journey begins. Think of the subconscious not as a passive reservoir, but as a living intelligence, ancient and aware. It watches everything. It records everything. It organizes everything into patterns that later become intuition, instinct, alignment, synchronicity. When something calls to you without explanation, when a place feels familiar though you have never been there, when a person seems to echo a memory you cannot place, it is the subconscious speaking. It is the library sending a signal through the veil, reminding you of a page you have read before, even if not in this lifetime. Every dream is a message, but not every dream is literal. Some are whispers from unresolved emotions. Some are rearrangements of waking burdens. But some are entry points. Some are pathways that lead to the library. You can recognize these dreams by the way they linger, by the way they feel like more than dreams. They carry a weight that does not fade with the morning. They feel like a truth you almost grasped, like a door you almost opened. These dreams are invitations. They are proof that the library has already begun calling to you. The library is infinite, but it is structured. There are aisles devoted to your childhood, filled with the earliest imprints of who you learned to be. There are aisles devoted to forgotten talents, abilities you once mastered in other lifetimes and now carry as instinctive gifts. There are aisles filled with unresolved lessons, chapters you have not yet completed. There are shelves that hold your fears, not as punishments, but as maps showing where you have disconnected from your own power. There are chambers filled with future potential, shimmering like unwritten pages, waiting for your permission to solidify into form. But there is one section deeper than all the others, one only a few ever reach in their dreams, the Hall of Unlived Lives. This is the archive of the paths you did not take, the choices you turned away from, the timelines that exist parallel to the one you walk now. These are not fantasies. They are real possibilities, carved into the fabric of your being. You can feel them sometimes, those soft what-ifs that flicker in your chest when you stand at a crossroads. Not regret, recognition. You are sensing a version of you walking a path you did not choose, yet which still belongs to you in some mysterious way. The library stores these paths in the hall of unlived lives, where they wait not to haunt you, but to guide you, to remind you that even the choices you did not choose still support your becoming. As you drift deeper into this chapter, imagine yourself standing before the entrance to the library. You can feel its pulse, slow and steady, like a heartbeat echoing from another world. The air is warm, but not heavy. The quiet is absolute, but not empty. A soft glow filters from somewhere above, though no source of light is visible. You feel something old within you stir, like a key turning in a lock you did not know existed. This is not imagination. This is memory. You have been here before. You have walked these halls in dreams long forgotten. And tonight, you return. The library is not a place you explore with logic. It is a place you navigate with resonance. You do not choose a book. A book chooses you. It recognizes your frequency, your readiness, your unspoken questions. It senses the part of you that is calling for clarity. When a book tilts slightly toward you, it is not a trick of the mind. It is a signal. It is an answer to a question your waking self has not yet dared to ask. Every thought you carry is a seed planted in your reality. Every feeling you avoid becomes a shadow that follows you. Every memory you bury becomes a whisper that grows louder in the dark. The library is where these seeds, shadows, and whispers are organized, understood, translated. It is where they become stories instead of burdens, truths instead of fears, answers instead of echoes. And as you stand before its entrance in the landscape of your inner universe, one thing becomes clear. You did not come here to observe. You came to remember. You came to retrieve something you once left behind. You came because a part of your soul has decided it is time. Tonight, the library opens its doors, and as you step forward, the first aisle lights up, waiting for you to begin. Breathe slowly. With each breath, allow the world behind you to fall away. With each word, step deeper into the space that is forming within you. The library is no longer a distant symbol or a whispered idea. It is here, surrounding you, rising from the quiet landscape of your subconscious like a cathedral built from memory itself. The doorway that once shimmered at the edge of your awareness now stands open, and as you cross its threshold, the air around you shifts. Something ancient begins to stir, not outside, but within your chest, a faint recognition that pulses in rhythm with your heart. The first corridor stretches before you, lined with shelves carved from a material you cannot name. It is not wood, not stone, not metal. It feels alive as though each surface is breathing softly, expanding and contracting in harmony with an unseen tide. You walk slowly, and the floor beneath your feet responds, glowing faintly with each step as if acknowledging your arrival. There is no sound except your breath and the gentle hum that echoes through the vastness, an almost musical vibration that seems to call your name from somewhere deeper inside the library. With each inhale, the corridor lengthens. With each exhale, the shelves seem to lean closer, as if curious about you. Dreams do not follow physical rules, and neither does this place. Here, space bends softly around your intention, reshaping itself to meet the frequency of your presence. When you feel uncertain, the corridor narrows gently, guiding you. When your curiosity sharpens, it widens, revealing more of its labyrinthine structure. You are not lost. You are being led. You reach out and brush your fingers against the spine of a nearby book, and as you do, a sensation rises up your arm. It is not a shock, but a warmth, a familiarity, like touching the hand of someone you once loved in another life. Instantly, you understand. These books are not objects. They are echoes of you. They are fragments of your soul preserved in crystalline form, waiting for the moment when your subconscious becomes still enough to hear their whisper. You continue walking, and the shelves begin to shift. They move with a slow, fluid grace, rearranging themselves not to confuse you, but to bring you closer to what you are meant to find. A soft breeze brushes past you, carrying with it the scent of something indistinguishable yet deeply familiar, like the memory of a place you visited long before this lifetime. This library is not external. It is an extension of your own being, a reflection of everything you have lived and everything you have yet to understand. As you move deeper, the corridor opens into a vast circular chamber. The ceiling rises impossibly high, disappearing into a soft golden haze that pulses like a living sky. The chamber's walls are covered in inscriptions, ancient symbols that shift the moment you try to decipher them. They are not meant to be read. They are meant to be felt. Their energy vibrates through the air, stirring something deep inside your chest. You place your hand on your heart without thinking, drawn by an instinct older than memory. You breathe, and the symbols respond, pulsing in time with your heartbeat, as though recognizing a traveler long expected. In the center of the chamber stands a pedestal. Upon it rests a single book, larger and more luminous than the others. Its cover glows with a light so soft it seems to emanate from within the material itself. You approach slowly, aware that this is no ordinary archive. This is a book that has been calling to you across nights of half-remembered dreams, across quiet moments when you felt a longing you could not name, across the timeline of your soul. When you reach it, your hands hover above the surface, and a subtle warmth rises toward your palms. The book breathes, you exhale, and its cover shifts slightly, reacting to the rhythm of your breath. You inhale, and the light brightens, responding to the movement of your chest. It is not waiting to be opened. It is waiting for you to open. But before you touch it, the library speaks, not in words, but in a sensation that ripples through the chamber like a wave. It moves through your body, through your memories, through the spaces you rarely visit within yourself. It is a question, though no language can contain it. It asks not who you are, but whether you are ready to remember who you have been. You close your eyes. The chamber darkens, the hum deepens, your breath slows, and the moment stretches. Images begin to rise within your mind, not sharp like memories, but soft and glowing like distant lanterns. You see silhouettes walking through corridors that resemble this one. You sense their presence as though they are versions of you scattered across time. Some move with confidence, others with hesitation, but they all walk toward the same place, toward this pedestal, toward this book. When you open your eyes again, the library feels different, closer, more aware. The air has thickened with meaning, as if the chamber is holding its breath in anticipation. You gently place your fingers on the cover, and the world seems to tilt, shifting its weight from the waking realm to the dreaming one. The moment your skin meets the surface, a pulse of energy travels up your arm, through your shoulder, into your chest, settling behind your sternum like a small ember. The book opens without your assistance. A breeze stirs, though no wind exists here. The pages glow softly, each one shimmering with symbols that rearrange themselves into shapes your waking mind cannot interpret. But your deeper self understands. A memory rises, not from your mind, but from your soul. It is not a scene or a story. It is a knowing, a recognition, a truth returning home after a long journey. You breathe slowly, letting the energy of the book move through you. With each inhale, you feel lighter, as though something heavy has been lifted from your shoulders. With each exhale, you feel more grounded, more aligned with the silent truth unfolding within the chamber. The library responds to your shifting energy. The symbols on the walls brighten. The hum grows warmer. The shelves shift again, settling into a configuration that feels like a welcome. You turn a page. Another pulse rises, this time deeper, resonating through your spine. A sentence forms, not in words, but in understanding. It tells you that your life is not a linear path, but a constellation of choices, each one radiating outward into countless possible timelines. It reveals that the book you are reading is one of many versions of yourself, each one holding a truth you are now ready to reclaim. You take another breath, and the book continues to reveal itself. You see not the details of past lives, but the essence of them, the triumphs, the lessons, the promises you made to yourself across time, the strength you carried through lifetimes of becoming, the tenderness that survived even the harshest chapters. You realize that the library is not merely a place of memory. It is a place of integration, a place where everything you have ever been gathers to support the version of you listening to this story tonight. You close the book gently. The pedestal glows brighter for a moment, then softens. The chamber exhales. The symbols grow dim again, returning to their quiet rhythm. You feel a calm settle into your body, a sense of alignment you did not expect, but deeply needed. You look at the corridor ahead, and though you cannot see its end, you know the library is waiting to guide you deeper. Tonight, you are not wandering. You are remembering. Imagine your breath softening as you move deeper into the library, your steps guided not by thought, but by resonance. The chamber behind you fades into a warm, golden haze, as though the memory you touched has folded itself gently back into the archive. Ahead, another long corridor stretches outward, illuminated not by lamps or windows, but by a subtle inner glow that seems to come from the walls themselves. You walk slowly, and with each step, you feel the shift happening within you. A loosening, a clearing, a subtle reorientation towards something truer. This is the chapter where the library no longer reveals fragments of who you were. Instead, it begins to speak of who you are becoming. Your subconscious is not merely an archive. It is an architect. It is the quiet builder behind every thought, every reaction, every decision you make without understanding why. Most people drift through life believing change is something achieved through effort, discipline, or force. But the library knows a different truth. It knows that transformation does not occur through willpower. It occurs through agreement, through the subtle, silent shifts in what you believe you are allowed to be. You pause at the entrance to a new chamber, sensing that something inside is waiting. The library feels different here. The air is thicker, almost shimmering, as if filled with particles of memory, too fine for the waking mind to perceive. You step across the threshold, and the chamber responds with a gentle glow that expands and contracts like a living organism. A single alcove sits at the far end of the room, carved into the wall. Inside it lies a thin, luminous manuscript that radiates a delicate warmth. Unlike the grand book you touched before, this one feels quieter, more intimate, as though crafted specifically for the version of you standing here now. You move closer, and with each step, you sense something dissolving behind your sternum. An old belief, a long-held story, a blueprint inherited from experiences you barely remember. These are the invisible forces that shape your reality. They determine what you expect, what you tolerate, what you pursue, and what you believe you deserve. Most people live their entire lives inside these invisible structures, unaware that they were created at all. But here, in this chamber, the library reveals them not as fate, but as editable scripts. You place your hand on the manuscript, and a soft warmth spreads from your palm across your chest, down your spine, into your belly. The pages unfold, not in a linear sequence, but all at once, like a flower opening in slow motion. You do not read the words. Instead, they sink into you like a mist of understanding. The manuscript does not describe who you are. It expresses who you have the potential to become once you stop carrying the stories that no longer serve you. Imagine your old blueprint dissolving like ink drifting through water. This is not a violent ripping away, not a forced erasure. It is gentle, natural, as though your subconscious has simply decided it is time to exhale the weight it has held for years. You feel it in the slow, subtle release of your shoulders, in the warmth pooling behind your ribs, in the quiet clarity that begins to rise at the base of your skull. You are not losing anything. You are becoming something. Every belief, every assumption, every quiet expectation you hold about your life is written somewhere within the subconscious. Tonight, as you sleep, the library rewrites these lines, not through effort, but through resonance, through the understanding that the version of you listening to this story has already outgrown the limitations you once accepted. You feel a shift deep within, a repatterning, as though the very texture of your inner world is being rearranged into a more spacious, more luminous form. The manuscript glows brighter for a moment, then slowly closes itself. Its warmth lingers in your palm, pulsing like a quiet heartbeat. You inhale, the air feels lighter. You exhale, the chamber expands. The library senses the opening within you, and the walls begin to shift, revealing a narrow corridor veiled in shimmering gold. This corridor feels different from the others, almost sacred. You step into it with a sense of reverence, aware that you are entering the territory of becoming. The corridor leads into a long, circular hallway lined with mirrors. But when you look closely, you realize they are not mirrors. They are windows into possible selves. Versions of you shaped by choices you have not yet made. Versions that embody qualities you admire but have never fully allowed yourself to express. Confidence, clarity, ease, compassion, power, wisdom. When you step closer, each reflection turns toward you, not as an imitation, but as an invitation. You are not meant to choose one. You are meant to remember that all of them live within you already. You place your hand on one of the mirrors, and the surface softens beneath your touch. The reflection does not mimic you. It responds to you. Its posture straightens as yours relaxes. Its eyes soften as your breath deepens. You sense the merging happening, slow and graceful, like two streams flowing together until their waters are indistinguishable. This is not wishful thinking. This is alignment. The subconscious is adjusting itself to match the version of you that is ready to step forward. It is not your thoughts. It is your agreement with them that shapes your life. And tonight, the library helps you renegotiate that agreement. You no longer accept the old rhythm of self-doubt. You no longer align with the outdated stories that once defined your limits. With every breath, you lean further into the version of yourself that the library knows is waiting to emerge. You continue walking, and the mirrors fade behind you. The corridor opens into another expansive space, soft and dimly lit. In its center stands a large pool of still, clear water. The surface reflects not your face, but the energy surrounding you, swirling in colors that shift with your emotions. You kneel beside the water, draw in a slow breath, and the pool begins to glow with a luminous silver light. This is the basin of integration, where the subconscious merges the wisdom of the library with the rhythm of your waking life. You lean forward, letting the surface of the water reflect the truth rising within you. Not who you were, not the fears or doubts you once carried, but the clarity that is forming within your spine, the strength gathering behind your heart, the stillness expanding through your mind. The water responds to your awareness, rippling gently, even though you have not touched it. Waves of light move outward across the pool, carrying the imprint of your new alignment into the deeper layers of your subconscious. With each ripple, your inner world reorganizes itself. You feel the shift in your breath, the softening in your chest, the quiet certainty settling behind your thoughts. This is transformation happening in real time, crafted not by force, but by resonance. You are stepping into coherence, into harmony with the version of yourself that the library has been guiding you toward since the first moment you arrived. The pool grows still again. You rise slowly, and the chamber brightens. The air feels clearer, as though a long closed window has finally been opened. You walk back toward the corridor, sensing a new stability within you. Not a rigid strength, but a grounded presence, a quiet confidence that does not need explanation. Tonight, you are not waiting. You are becoming. There is a place deeper within the library where even your breath feels different, as though the air itself carries an ancient memory. You feel it before you see it, a gentle pull, like a thread tugging softly from within your sternum, guiding you toward a chamber hidden behind layers of silence. The corridor narrows as you walk, its walls shifting from luminous gold to a darker, velvety shade that absorbs sound rather than echoing it. Here, the library grows quieter. Here, the stories are older. Here, the symbols written into the architecture belong to a time before language took form. You reach an archway carved from a stone so smooth it seems almost liquid. For a moment, you hesitate, sensing the reverence of the space beyond. This is not a hall for all dreamers. It is a hall reserved for those whose souls have reached a particular resonance, a stillness that can hear truths whispered not in sound, but in vibration. When you cross the threshold, the silence deepens. It feels thick, protective, sacred. The chamber before you stretches wide, illuminated only by soft strands of silver light descending from an unseen source above. At the center of the hall sits an old wooden desk, its surface scarred, its edges worn smooth by time. A single candle burns upon it, its flame unnaturally steady, as though insulated from the laws of movement. The scent of warm wax and ancient parchment lingers in the air. Behind the desk sits a figure draped in robes of soft gray, their posture straight, their presence calm. Though you cannot see their face, you feel no fear. Instead, you feel the unmistakable warmth of recognition, as if encountering someone you have known for lifetimes, but forgotten along the way. This is the scribe, the one who writes what souls forget, the one who records the memories that slip between lifetimes, the one who preserves the truths too subtle for the waking mind to carry. The scribe does not look up when you enter, yet you sense that they have been expecting you. Their quill moves slowly across a page, the sound so faint it barely stirs the silence. You watch, entranced, as symbols form in smooth, fluid lines, symbols that feel familiar even though you have never seen them before. They shift subtly as you observe them, as though adjusting themselves to match the rhythm of your presence. You step closer and the scribe lifts their head. Their face remains hidden beneath the hood, but you feel a gaze settle upon you, steady and calm. You do not hear a voice, yet a meaning enters your mind, clear and resonant. It is not a question, not a greeting. It is a recognition of arrival, a silent declaration that the moment written for you has come. The scribe gestures toward the opposite side of the desk, and you move toward it as though guided by instinct. The candle's flame brightens slightly as you lower yourself into the chair. A faint heat rises from the desk, warming your hands. For a moment, neither of you moves. The silence between you deepens into something living, something aware. It pulses in the air like a heartbeat echoing from the walls. The scribe turns the parchment toward you. Lines of text glow softly in the dimness, shifting like reflections on water. You try to read them, but the symbols rearrange themselves before your eyes. They are not meant to be read. They are meant to be absorbed. When you let go of the need to understand, the meaning flows into you like breath, spreading across your mind with a softness that feels almost physical. You see an image forming within your awareness, a young traveler standing at the mouth of a vast desert, a lantern in one hand, a roll of parchment in the other. Their heart is heavy with questions. Questions about destiny, purpose, memory, and truth. They step onto the sand, unsure of the path ahead, but drawn by a presence they cannot name. As they walk, the desert shifts and changes, its dunes rising like living mountains, its winds whispering secrets carried across ages. Days or lifetimes pass. It is impossible to tell, but the traveler continues, guided by something deep within their chest. At the center of the desert stands a tower, impossibly tall, built from layers of stone that shimmer in the heat. The traveler climbs its spiraling stairs, each step illuminated by a soft golden glow. When they reach the top, they find a single room containing a desk, a candle, and a scribe who looks very much like the one before you now. The scribe hands the traveler a scroll, and as they receive it, the room dissolves into light. The desert fades, the tower disappears, and the traveler awakens, not in their home, not in their bed, but in the library, standing before the silent hall. The vision fades, and the symbols on the page shimmer faintly before settling into stillness. You look up, realizing the traveler was not someone else. It was a memory of yourself from another life, a story you once lived but forgot upon waking into a new beginning. The scribe has preserved it, waiting for the moment when you would return to reclaim what was lost. You feel the truth settle within you, not heavy, but grounding. It aligns you with a deeper thread of your own existence, a continuity that stretches far beyond this lifetime. The scribe reaches beneath the desk and retrieves a thin, dark-bound book. Its cover is smooth, its edges worn from age. They place it gently before you, and the candlelight dances across its surface. When you touch it, a warmth spreads through your palm, flowing into your wrist, your arm, your chest. The book opens to a page filled with lines that glow softly. You do not read them. Instead, you feel them. A sentence rises, clear and quiet. The code is clay, not stone. You inhale deeply as the meaning sinks into your body. Nothing in your life is fixed. Nothing about you is permanent. Every pattern you carry, every belief you have accepted, every wound you have held, none of it is unchangeable. Everything can be rewritten. Everything can be softened. Everything can be reshaped. The library is not here to show you who you were. It is here to show you who you can become when you remember the truth of your own fluid nature. The scribe closes the book with deliberate care and slides it toward you. You understand that it is yours. It has always been yours. It contains the unwritten chapters of your becoming, the seeds of choices yet to be planted, the whispers of potentials waiting for your permission to take form. You rise slowly, feeling the book's weight in your hands. It feels both ancient and new, fragile and unbreakable. The scribe inclines their head, a gesture of acknowledgement, of completion. You take a step back, then another, until you reach the threshold of the silent hall. When you turn to leave, the candle flickers for the first time, its flame bending slightly toward you as though offering a silent blessing. As you step out of the hall, the library shifts around you. The corridors seem brighter. The shelves hum with a gentle resonance, as though celebrating the retrieval of a long-lost truth. You feel the transformation within you, a quiet reorganization, a subtle opening, a returning to yourself. The deeper you breathe, the more grounded you become. The farther you walk, the lighter your heart feels. The silent hall falls behind you, but its message remains. The code is clay, not stone. You carry it with you like a hidden flame, warm and steady. And as you move through the library's vast corridors, you understand something you did not fully grasp before. You are no longer here to explore. You are here to integrate. You are here to become. Let your breath soften now. Let it move gently in and out of your body, like a tide returning home after a long and wandering journey. The library recedes slowly behind you, not disappearing, but folding itself into the quiet corners of your subconscious where it belongs. You do not lose it. You simply carry it differently now, not as a place you visit, but as a truth that lives within you. You walk through the final corridor, and with each step, the vastness grows softer. The shelves blur into warm light. The chambers dissolve into calm. The air grows still, as though the entire library is exhaling with you. What you touch tonight does not leave you. It settles deeper. It settles into the spaces beneath your thoughts. It settles into the rhythm of your breath. It settles into the quiet behind your heart, where memory turns into knowing. You are safe here. You have always been safe here. You pause at the threshold where dream meets sleep, where consciousness loosens its edges and drifts toward silence. The door behind you remains open, not because you must return, but because the library trusts you. It knows you will come back when your soul is ready for the next chapter. For now, you have taken what you needed. You have gathered the truth written for you. You have reclaimed a part of yourself that waited patiently across lifetimes. Breathe gently. Let the quiet rise. You are not broken. You are not late. You are remembered. Feel your body sinking deeper into stillness. Feel your mind softening like ink dissolving into warm water. Nothing demands your attention now. Nothing pulls at you. Nothing weighs on you. Tonight, the library's wisdom moves through you like a soft current, flowing to the deepest layers of your subconscious where transformation grows without effort. You are becoming even as you sleep. Let each inhale gather the pieces of you that felt scattered. Let each exhale release what no longer belongs. Let your breath rewrite you from the inside out. You feel the book the scribe gave you resting within your chest, not as an object, but as a quiet presence. Its pages turn with your heartbeat. Its light moves through your veins. Its truth settles into the quiet architecture of your subconscious. It whispers softly, not in words, but in feeling. A reminder, a promise, a returning. You are the author of your reality. You are the clay that reshapes itself. You are the echo and the origin. You are the dreamer and the dream. Let sleep come for you now. Let it wrap itself around your shoulders like a soft mantle. Let it carry you down into the depth where the subconscious works with ease, where healing spreads without effort, where alignment forms like dew on untouched morning grass. You do not need to try. You only need to rest. Everything is already unfolding. Your breath deepens again. Your body grows heavier. Your thoughts dissolve into warm, gentle light. You are safe. You are guided. You are held. Sleep now. Sleep deeply. Sleep knowing that tonight, the library has rewritten the parts of you that were waiting to be found. Sleep knowing that every lesson you touched will continue to unfold long after the story ends. Sleep knowing that you are not drifting away. You are drifting inward, into the heart of your own becoming. The library remembers you. The scribe remembers you. Your soul remembers you. And as you drift into the quiet beyond thought, into the soft darkness where transformation takes its truest form, the story continues within you. The pages turn without sound. The blueprint rewrites itself. The memory aligns. The light grows. Rest now. You are becoming. You are becoming. You are becoming. And the night holds you gently as you do.